Okay, you are a little low, but I can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Shall we?
sparse audience today. Are we ready to go?
Ready to go.
All right.
No, we?
Oops, I guess I gotta get the agenda in front of me. That would be a good idea.
Very, very nice. Yeah.
Okay. Welcome everybody. This is the Fraser Park Public Utility District regular meeting agenda for Thursday, September 11th, 2025 at 4 p.m. We're starting, is it 4 or 4:01? It is 4 o'clock. So, no one at an additional, oh, it does say additional teleconference location, 5001 Commerce Drive, Bakersfield, California, 93309. Okay.
But I don't think she's making it.
It's not on, but.
Okay, blah, 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 call to order. Okay, so we're gonna stand and do pledge to the flag. Everyone please rise. Oh, if you can. Ouch. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call of directors. Director Garcia.
Here.
Director Nyman.
Here.
Director Gibson not on, I'm not sure if she'll be here or not.
To be on right now too.
Director Kelling.
Here.
And I'm Director Schoenberg. I am chairing the meeting. Okay, so we have 4 out of 5 and Becky may still come on. Going on to item number 2, discussion vote adjust agenda if necessary. Do we have any items on the agenda that need to be?
Do we need closed session, D?
No, we don't need a closed session.
Well, do we have the closed session for his?
We have the employee review and then we have the other closed sessions.
Okay, so the other closed session, we're
Yeah.
going to,
I make a motion that we table 12 and 13. No, yeah,
Yeah.
12 and 13.
anything else while we're at it?
I don't think so.
I just sent Alan a text to see if he's joining us. He's supposed to be on.
Okay,
can go-
Look at that.
all right.
And,
so-
and that we go back to Alan as soon as he gets on, that we can go ahead and go past.
Alan, and then
Do you accept that friendly amendment?
I do accept that.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second, roll call directors, Director Garcia,
Aye.
Nyman,
Aye.
Gibson is absent, Director Kelling,
Aye.
and Director Schoenberg is an aye. That motion passes 4-0-0, so we will table 12 and 13. Hearing nothing else, I'm going to go ahead and go on to item 3, public comments. These are for items that are not currently listed on the agenda. We ask you to limit your discussion to 5 minutes. Is there anyone who has a public comment not currently on the agenda? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to go on to item 4, unfinished business. This is
He's
he
not
is not here yet, so actually we're going to skip over this until he arrives. Our attorney, so that's because that's a closed session. So we will go on to item 5 with everyone's okay. Report of officers, president. Oh, that's me. Hello. I don't think I haven't signed anything. I don't think that anything's happened between the last
Alan will be on in about 30 minutes.
about
Okay.
30 minutes. Okay, so we're going to be returning to item 4 in about 30 minutes. So yeah, I don't believe I have anything that I know of. Vice President.
Negative.
Okay, Secretary,
No, I don't think I've signed anything.
Treasurer.
No,
Okay, JPI representative
He's not.
is not here, so we're going to move on unless there's any questions to item 6, board member initiatives.
No.
Okay, item 7, managers report, administrative assistant, managers report first.
Okay, I told you guys, I sent flowers for one of the board members. Also, we got a $10,000 grant for, low income people having trouble paying their bills. We should be able to start it, next month.
Oh, wow.
Do we have an agenda item for that?
Yes.
Okay, well, there's an agenda item, says overview. We're just gonna, there'll be people that are getting ready to get locked off once a year while the grant lasts. Hopefully, we could, do it again in the future. So we'll see how it goes. I think
so you
that-
found something, that's fantastic.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's already approved and everything, so we'll talk about the rest of it on the agenda item.
Alright.
I've been still actively trying to find a auction, C-train to use for our chlorine storage. I've bid a couple different times, different auctions, and I wound up getting outbid. Trying to get one for around, $2,200, $2,300. It's cheaper than buying a shed and cheaper than a lot of buying it brand new, so that's the goal. So maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I'll just keep on trying. And see how it works, but that's the goal. Save a little money and get something that's already prefabbed up. And that's all I got.
What about the front desk?
Oh, yeah, we hired a new front desk.
Oh, okay,
She's initially she's working a part-time job now. She's gonna be coming in, when part days to do training while she gives her 2 weeks notice. Me and Tiffany interviewed people and we talked about it and decided that we give this lady a shot.
What is her name?
Seems intelligent. I don't know. I don't remember the name.
Melissa?
Melissa? Correct.
Love for, I
Yeah.
can't
That,
pronounce it. But anyway, she came dressed, very professionally and seemed good. Right now she's working at the library, so
Oh, I know Melissa.
that's a good.
She should work out good.
And, so that's what we're doing and hopefully, get it in there and get it trained up good, cause Tiffany's been doing dual duty. Corey's been willing, but Corey's been busy, so Tiffany's been running back and forth from the front to the back and doing all that stuff, so. Yeah, hopefully it works out good.
That's right.
about how long does the training take?
Depends on the people.
Yeah, and so just taking payments, the easiest part, pretty quick. Typing in payments, but there's just a lot more that goes on there.
Well,
So to get everything perfectly, maybe 6 months. Because things only happen once a month, a lot of
Right.
things. So you have to experience it a few times to really understand and get what it's all about, so.
And have we had any leaks, Johnny?
Oh, we've got a bunch of leaks, yeah. Yeah, not anything since the last big one, not anything noteworthy except for the one that we had to get the hydrant back in for. I'm hoping that we get to replace that section to the bottom of Alcott, right where it crosses a 4-inch high pressure and another 4-inch medium pressure gas line, so we have to get the hydrant back every time. We had to do a shutdown and boil notices for that. So I'm hoping that even though we're not gonna replace all of Alcott and the pipeline replacement, I would like to replace that corner.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have to go in there again. And it'll make it a little bit easier, but,
Yeah. So we're gonna add that to the pipeline replacement, is that?
yeah, at the time I talked to Dee about it.
Oh, okay.
And it just depends on how much money. I suspect since it's taken probably 3 years since we were promised the money to get funding, they were not gonna get as many feet as we originally anticipated, but we'll see how it goes.
And, we'll pick up little corners like that if we have the money.
And that will be where you absorb any extra costs
Yeah.
in the budget.
Yeah, if we end up having a little bit of money, I could say, well, let's do this corner, let's do that one. And, get that, and you'll get 20 feet on each side of a problematic area, so and then.
What I'm just saying is that the variable, well, was just less than the number of straight line that we can do.
Yeah,
That's a trade-off.
I would still stick with the highest priority area that causes the most damage when it fails. So.
Makes
yeah,
sense.
But if we can get rid of having to have the hydrovac, that helps.
It does help. Oh, that's something I should bring up. We could put it on an agenda item. And then something that we need critically, when we had that leak and we had another leak on Mead, Alcott and Decatur got washed out again. You know, we haven't been doing a lot of road repair, but I had to buy a whole bunch of road base to fix those long trails. We still need a water buffalo that you guys were cool with me buying before, and I kept on putting it off. Little water trailer that we could spray, because that road base, when we put it down, if we could wet it,
Big
when we're
difference.
putting it down, it lasts way longer. But we haven't had one, so all this time, we put it down and it's bad, it just goes away.
Blows
Either
away.
from the wind or the spinning tires, or when it
Right,
never fails, we get rain right after we put it down,
right.
and we wash out all our stuff, so I need to start looking for a small water buffalo trailer. And,
So why
when I put it in an agenda item,
Yeah, why don't you get a quote on them, a couple quotes maybe, and see what the cost
yeah,
is.
one of the places I wanna look, I mean, I'll get a price on a new one, but I wanna look at some.
And that would what-
rental yards that sell off some of their stuff.
And that would be what, you'd attach it to the big truck and
Yeah.
pull it?
Yeah, tow it around with a big truck,
Okay.
tow it and spray it. It's got little sprayers on it like a water truck, but it's not a $100,000 water truck.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'll get some quotes and then put it on the agenda.
okay.
Okay, any other questions for our general manager? Okay, how about our administrative assistants?
Nothing really, just spending the time up front, like Johnny said.
Okay. Right, then, if there's nothing else, I'm gonna move on to item 8. Item 8 is standing committee reports. We're gonna start with the accounts payable committee.
We met, we went through invoices, we asked Deborah to cut checks, and we'll discuss everything in the account payable.
Great, thank you. And state update meeting committee, that's next week. Haven't met yet, so that'll be the next meeting. Item number 9, the ad hoc committee reports. The planning project committee, we haven't had anything come up, correct?
Nope.
Easements and deed,
Nothing,
rate study
nothing.
and bond book, still haven't
Nothing.
done that, although I have a little bit more time, so I think we should go ahead and.
Well, ready
Yeah,
whenever you are.
Okay. Okay, so, we will look into that and get a date. Okay, financial business, unless there's any questions on that, I'm gonna move on to item 10, discussion vote on accounts payable and financial information. This is Deborah.
Good afternoon,
You're
everyone.
on, Deborah.
Can you
Try
hear
again,
me?
Deborah.
Yes,
Hello?
yes, we
Yes,
can hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay.
Hello?
All right. Can you hear me now?
Huh?
Oh, okay, so, on Tuesday, we prepared 22 checks for a total of $32,378.95. And we were missing the Edison bill at that time, and so I did prepare a special check that needs to be signed if it hasn't been yet. It's included in
Where
this
is it?
packet. It's in the packet. It was on the top of the packet.
Oh, yeah, I guess we signed it. Oh, shit.
Did you guys sign it?
It had a note on it that it needed a signature or a 10.
Well, I mean, we didn't sign it, so there may only be one signature on there. I didn't even look at it. I didn't realize. I gotta try and, I guess we can tape this back shut again.
Yes, we will.
I can get it open, not ripping it too bad.
Okay,
Go ahead and continue, Deborah.
Okay, so, the additional Edison check was $8,203.18, and that brought our total to $40,582.13. The extraordinary disbursements include our JPIA employee benefit check for $10,965.85. The primary visa was $10,352.06. And of course, the Edison bill for $8,203.18. That's all I have.
Do we have any questions for Deborah?
None for Deborah. So I just wanted to, go over it, cause our credit card bill was like 10,000, so, I know that, so we bought laptops, right, Johnny? That was $1,217, we bought
Piece.
2, huh?
Piece.
They were a piece, I thought they were
600 a piece.
Oh, I thought they were 600 and
So
something.
you have the invoice in there with it?
Well, I had looked at,
Here.
there's
keep
only,
looking at it.
Do you wanna?
well, the Best Buy
I
is,
thought they were 1,100 a piece.
no, it's 1,200, it was 1,200 for 2. At least we wanna put.
That's what we understood.
We bought stamps, so a roll of stamps was $1,170. Then we, we did our normal, some uniform expense for our guys, so that was 1,141, that was for, and then,
That's just your shorts.
yeah, and that was shirts. And then, we bought a tool, which I think you shared in the last meeting.
Talked about it, it's a pipe cutter for.
Hinge cutter, yeah.
Yeah, for big pipes.
Yeah, so that was $1,859, so I just wanted to kinda, cause normally our credit card bill isn't so big, so I just wanted,
Yeah, the laptops, it says 608 each.
Oh, okay.
yeah, so anyways, that's all I wanted to say.
I had a question on was that really big charge? Hold on. But I think maybe you just asked it, but. I haven't looked at the invoice yet. It was the
Oh, thank you for the tape.
David James Company.
Yeah, that's the pipe cutter.
That's the pipe
For
cutter.
6 and 8 inch pipe, and it's a 4-wheel cutter. It wraps around the pipe. So and it's the whole kind that you go back and forth. But it's made for large diameter pipe. So Jerry knows, they wouldn't let us, use our demo saw to cut the pipe because we're next to the high pressure gas lines. And they historically have leaks, so had to get something that wasn't gonna spark. But it's got its own spot in the C-train now. We just hung that up today. So it'll be around forever.
Yeah.
Longer than us.
Okay.
Okay, are there any other questions on expenses?
No, I'll make a motion that we pay our bills.
Do I have a second?
Second, huh?
Okay, any discussion, questions? Roll call directors, Director Garcia,
I,
Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Dixon is absent, Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Schoenberg is an aye. Motion passes 4-0-0-1 absent. So we will be paying the bills. Are there any other questions for Deborah?
have a good weekend.
Thank you, Deborah.
No, thank you, Deborah.
Have a good weekend, Deborah.
Bye for now.
Okay, you don't need me to stay for the, bill assistance?
Yeah, okay, so we're on to item number 11, discussion vote on policy for bill assistance.
Did you want me to
But
stay for
I
that?
think Tiffany is in the middle of something right now.
We'll be right back.
That's the one that you were talking about, the grant,
Yeah,
the bill assistance?
yeah, so the thing is that I got the grant.
Yeah, we don't have any paperwork on it.
Well, that's because we haven't gotten paperwork yet.
Oh,
I got
okay.
approved at their board meeting when I went.
Who's
but,
this from?
Southwest.
Oh, from Southwest, okay,
Oh, that's great.
awesome.
Yeah, so because because we're a public utility, as opposed to a regular business, we were able to get the grant from them. And the fact that Family Resource Center hasn't been able to help people with their water bills, but they do electric and gas, they felt that it would be good to give us the grant money. So now we have to figure, my thought was, we need a bank account for tracking purposes. I thought one of the project accounts that we've already done, we could just rename that account with the resolution and just use that account. Like the meter, whatever, but it's up to you guys, or we just open another one, but. We need to track all of it, so me and Tiffany's already been talking about the tracking, you know, Deborah obviously will be tracking it. We'll track it, in a binder book out in the front, printed out who it goes to. The criteria that we're gonna use, if you're at your second month, it's gonna be locked off, and you're on the lockoff list, then we'll call them and offer them the opportunity for a one-time help, one time per year. Then we'll make a copy that goes to Deborah, one that goes in the front book, so we keep track of it. And then once a month or twice a month, probably be better twice a month, we will give a copy to Terry to make the transfers from that other account to the, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So it's one time a year, and is it one time per year per address? Cause I think we need to make that stipulation because people play games with, I mean, I don't mind helping, but.
I don't know if we could do that. That kind of brings up another thought for me, like, is it gonna cover people that have 3 or 4 rentals? Maybe we should exclude that, cause like we're gonna exclude businesses right off the bat. If you're a business, you can't apply for, it's gonna be for the people that need stuff, so.
Right.
Maybe we should contemplate if it's gotta
There
be.
isn't a money requirement. I mean, when you go to get money from Family Resource, they have you fill out stuff to make sure that you're.
Well,
You qualify.
see, I pushed against that. For one, like Tiffany said, I think that we, as a public utility, don't have a right to ask people for proof of financial income. Plus, I know people that may seem on paper to be okay, but for whatever reason, they're not okay, and they're gonna get their water locked off, and they have kids in the house and all that stuff. So that's why the once a year makes sense to me.
Is there a amount? Because is it like however much they owe if they've been running their water and they owe $500
Or
or?
700.
Yeah, but
$1,000.
typically it's never like that. It's typically never like that, and we already decided that we're not gonna go retroactive, probably, or set a time limit, like if you just got locked off, maybe we could help you, but going forward is the plan. Most people are not getting, they're only 2 months behind, they're not, that's when we would offer to them, so.
Well, I think we need,
Put a cap.
I think we need,
$300. Yeah, but see, here's the problem with wanting to do that. First of all, nobody's gonna be getting $1,000 for a bill, because it can't be run up to $1,000 in 2 months. And start setting that criteria, say we set it at $300 and it's $350, and they're gonna get locked off.
Okay, so they paid the extra 50.
You guys
Yeah,
can do however you wanna do it. I'm just saying that it should be left to the discretion of me and Tiff to make the call on whether or not it's justified, because we don't, and we can't get too nitpicky with individual people, because it's gotta be fair across the board.
That's why.
Well, that's why you
It's not fair across the board if we're doing different amounts for different people. So I think like, I myself have been financially strapped before and had to go to Family Resource. And yet, when they did that crazy electric bill that I couldn't, or no, it was the gas, I couldn't pay it. It was like $700 or whatever. They didn't give me the whole $700, so it was a cap on it.
Yep.
So they paid the amount that everybody could get that was my age, cause I'm older and, you know, and fixed income. So they checked, you know, and if we don't want the requirements, that's fine, but I still think we should have a cap.
Yeah,
And then I just paid the extra.
Making them prove that, I mean, we know, we can prove, like right now, nobody even knows, we know they're financially strapped because they're gonna get locked off tomorrow.
Yeah.
We know that at that point. But if you guys wanna set a cap, set a cap.
Well, I think,
And we will when we get the paperwork.
well, I think,
Well, we're not gonna get paperwork. We're gonna get a check. It's gonna go into an
Right.
account. That's the paperwork. we
okay,
get.
hold on, let's,
Which is fine, but you'll get a copy of the check, obviously.
Yeah,
That's all
one
they're
at
gonna
a
get.
time, so I'm gonna say.
okay.
Director
First of
Ryan,
all, one of the criteria, we're setting a criteria of when people are 2 months. So we shouldn't be paying more than 2 months. That's why if you wanna do a cap, what's the most that people normally have in 2 months? You could even, if you did $300 as a max for 2 months,
That would cover it.
I think that would cover it, and I don't think,
I agree.
and then that way, there's no question, like, so if, you know, if it's $300, that's the max, and then we're done. And then there's no question of,
Yeah, I agree with that.
yeah. I mean, I think it's just, that way nobody can come back and say, well,
You give them 500, but you only gave me 3, and it wasn't based on income, so what are you basing it on? Yeah.
But I
I think it's gonna set us up for problems if we don't have a cap.
And I do think we need to do per address, because I know some people that are two different people living at the same address, and one will come in and say, oh, well,
That would be a question we'd have to talk to Alan about, because there's very specific laws relating to, like, when people got their water shut off and then somebody else living there wanted to come down and pay. I thought we could say, oh, no, you can't do that. Alan said, absolutely, you cannot do that. Because if somebody else comes in and they wanna pay, you can't say, no, you can't. Even if we know that the second person is hustling us, we can't do that, so.
yeah, but
There's
it's,
only one bill per address, so why would it matter? Like, even if somebody else came in.
cause they
It's
would,
per
they would,
account. It's
'cause-
not gonna be per person, it's the account number.
Yeah.
Based on the account number.
yeah,
So there's
The only
either
way
a
to
bill
check
or there isn't a bill, so
Right,
it doesn't matter who comes
It
in.
doesn't matter. if it's in the
right,
account.
cause basically,
As long as they pay it.
right, well, that's the thing, cause if they get cut off, you know, cause we can't stop them from, if they got cut off and then another person comes in and brings a rental agreement and says, now says,
I'm renting it.
I'm renting it and put it in my name, then that's a whole different story. So I don't think that that's gonna be an issue, cause.
Right, and the money isn't going to go to them, it's gonna go directly to
It's
pay
just
their
gonna be
bill,
applied
correct?
directly to their bill.
Right,
Yeah, so I don't really think that that's a problem. I
And
think
then
it's
you guys, like I said, twice a month or however often, once a month and twice a month. Then the transfer will be made. Deborah will track it, me and Tiffany will track it at the front desk, and it will be me or Tiffany that decides on the issuance of it.
so we're gonna, and so we're not putting anything really out to the community, but it's automatically, if somebody's gonna get locked off after 2 months,
We're gonna call them
we'll call them and offer
and
it.
say temporarily, because it is
Right.
temporarily, there's a grant that we could help you. Some
Right.
people hopefully will say, oh, no, I just forgot to pay that bill, and they'll come down and pay it. But again, we usually know the account for the most part, and they're not gonna be coming up at the last minute with money, so. I think it's a great thing. I'm super excited by it. I've been wanting this since I've been here. Some kind of help.
No, I think it's great. It's
so are
wonderful.
we excluding the 501Cs as well?
Are we-
Oh, businesses?
Yeah,
Are you saying?
No, that's what I'm
businesses?
saying. We are not doing businesses.
Because the one person that was in here would say that they're not a business.
Right. I
you know,
understand.
I think
Well, again, we're gonna say residential,
residential,
residential people is who's gonna get covered.
right,
People
but,
that have to take a shower and wash their kids to go to school. Residential customers.
well, I think that the point made that if, here's a stipulation. If somebody owns 5 properties and they're paying the bill for their properties, they don't qualify for this.
I would agree, but here's another hitch in that get up. Cause I thought of all these. There's plenty of people that refuse to take the bill out of their name. But they still make their tenant pay it.
Yeah, we're not
The
gonna-
owner will never pay it, but they refuse to let us put it in the renter's name.
Mm-hmm.
So in those situations, I mean, we just gotta be grateful, like, we got the money, we're gonna help some people, we're gonna do the best we can to weed it out. But that's the fact. We can't do it like I would want to,
Right.
because I can name several people that they would sooner slit their own throat than pay the tenant's water bill, but they will not let the bill go in the tenant's name. The tenants are the ones that have to come down and ask for help, so.
Okay, Alan's here. I think, I think we have a little bit more to discuss on this, but let's go ahead and go to the closed session and then we can come back to this item, which is item 11. So at this time, I am going to, make the oral announcement prior to closed session, Government Code 54957.7A. A representative of the legislative body to orally announce the items to be discussed in closed session prior to any closed session meeting. Item 4, closed session pursuant to Government Code 54957, Public Employee Performance Evaluation, Government Code Section 54957. Title is General Manager. And so, at this time, the time is now 4:29. We're going to go into closed session. So everyone who's here, if you could excuse us, it's probably, I'm not sure exactly how long.
And
it's
thank
going
you, Deborah.
to take, but we will, come back on.
Have a good weekend,
Well,
Deborah.
Yes,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Deborah. We'll go into the, a room, breakout room, and, we'll be back. Those, Jerry, hot, the nuts, or anything?
Little bit.
Medium.
Joan, just checking, can you hear me okay?
Hi Dee, yes, I can.
Okay, sounds good. Just, got everything off right now except for I'm just listening for the start of the general session again, so,
I can hear you breathing, buddy.
okay, thanks.
Alrighty.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, so welcome back, everyone. I'm gonna make the oral announcement following a closed session, Government Code 54957.1A. The legislative body of any local agency shall publicly report any action taken in closed session and the vote or abstention on that action of every member present thereon. The time right now is 5:10, where we're gonna open back up. We did not actually have a motion or take any formal vote. What is going to happen is that the items that we discussed will be voted on in open session, and that is going to occur as item number 21. So we will get to that later in the agenda. Okay, so continuing on, we are now on, item 14.
11.
You're done with.
Oh, we know, we need to go back to 11. So on 11, I wanted to say, that I think that we should write up a policy. I think that that's really important, so that if somebody comes in and they complain, rather than them harassing our front desk person, that it be something that they can hand them and say, these are the criteria. This is just something simple. Doesn't have to be like complicated, but where it states the criteria and it states kind of what our policy is with this grant. That way, it's very clear that we're not, there's no favoritism, no anything, and we can just hand them a one sheet, easy
Yeah,
piece of
that's
paper.
what me and Tiffany were talking about. It should just be that simple. At 2 months, when they're on the lockoff list, we offer a one-time, once per year bill assistance, and you guys wanted to cap it at $300.
So I
But it
think
should
we,
be said up to $300, not anything else. So you, like you said, some people might.
Right.
175, some people might be 250.
right,
They can't say, yeah, but I deserve what they got, because that's not. the way
no,
it
it's
works.
Right.
because it's just paying what you owe, and that's what they do at any other assistance place.
Yeah.
If they do up to 500, but you only owe 200, you do not get 500, you
Exactly.
get the amount.
But if
you
they
owe on
owed,
the bill.
if they owed
It's
400,
bill
you pay the 300 and.
Yeah, and then they pay the other 100. So I do think we need a motion for this, though, as far as the cap. So if someone wants to make.
Well, that'll be in the policy.
Then
I
you
don't
just
think
vote
you
on the
motion
policy.
until you pass.
Yeah, and then we just pass the policy.
Okay,
So we're just covering the amount that prevents lockoff up to $300?
Up to $300.
Not,
Okay,
let's say, two months of the past due bills. It's just the amount to prevent lockoff.
see, I think
I think we covered the amount
think
for
we
the
cov-
2 past.
I
due
think we
bills.
covered the 2 months so they have a
Got
clean
it.
slate to get started, because otherwise, I promise you, they will, very next.
They have lockoff again,
It'll
and
be
then
in
we
the same
won't be
boat.
able to cover it.
So,
It's basically bill forgiveness. So what happens is, I mean, that's how it works in other places that I've seen it happen is
The
you
past due
have,
amount.
yeah, the
Yeah.
past due amount up to a certain amount.
that's how the Family Resource Center did it. too.
Exactly,
Right.
that's how they function.
Cause if they owe
Or-
more and then they end up getting locked off, cause they then have to do a payment plan with you.
Yeah, we're not doing any favors.
Right, so we're not doing any favors and, yeah, I think it's better to be clear. And then we also need to put in there that businesses are not eligible,
So
What
are
do you
we
mean
okay having Tiffany?
residential. only.
Residential only, and I think that's what we need, because, I mean,
Mhm.
I'm telling you.
So are we okay having
There's other
Tiffany
places.
write up an initial policy and then bring it to the board and then we
Yes.
can hash
Yeah,
out what
I
works
think
or
that-
doesn't work
yeah.
and then vote on it?
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
And the
Yes.
simpler the better. It's-
Simpler, one page if we can, something that's.
It's gonna
real
be
simple
one
for
page. It's
people
gonna
to-
be very simple. It's gonna be.
One paragraph.
Yeah,
Well,
very simple.
Whatever.
The simpler the better, because people could understand it better.
Right, yeah, it should be something simple and something that's across the board so that people don't feel
and
like.
it's only, like you said, one account
favoritism.
per
Yeah,
year.
it's
I mean-
that's the only way to track it is per account number, so.
Right.
But that, I think that has to be in there too.
And other than people talking, nobody's gonna know for sure, because it's all private,
Oh,
how
no.
much or what we do. And what I'm saying is, nobody could say, but you help this person out.
You can't.
Because we say it's none of, because it's none of your business, we can't discuss anybody else's account, is what we always say.
Well,
We're-
that's true, but as soon as you pay the first one, the first person who gets,
They're gonna
This
say
grant,
stuff. to
there's
the
gonna be on
public.
Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people are gonna be saying, oh, well, wait, I can
It
go
needs-
wait till I get locked off, and then
Well,
they'll
That,
give me.
that aspect will happen, but my point was, people can't say, but you help Joe Schmo out with $250 and you're only helping me out with 175.
That's
Because at that point, that's not even, that's the end of the discussion.
Right.
We don't talk about anybody else's
Right,
anything. We're gonna help you and that's it. And most people are gonna be very grateful.
It's just bill forgiveness, and so, and it has very specific.
And as far as the count, are we going to, I think Johnny has a good point, is that I wonder if it's, this is easy to do a resolution and change the name on the, on like
Yes, I think
so
we
I
can do
think
the
the
meter
meter
well
well.
account.
So the meter well account, I think we should change the name, do a resolution, change the name and give it to the bank. And-
Although, I have a
we have to
question.
get the meter well
The
account
meter well
closed down.
account probably needs to go to 8 now.
Yes.
So I
don't
think that's not true. I think we should do it, well, cause we're gonna have this pipeline, we have this new.
Oh, well, I was gonna say too, we may not be able to change the name until,
It's closed down.
but after the audit.
Yeah.
What I'm saying.
say,
Oh,
I think, I don't wanna
Let's do a
change
new
it in the
account. Let's
middle of
do
the
a new
audit.
we can
account.
just do a new account, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
We'll just
Yeah.
do a new account with the bank.
And what we,
Okay.
Because I think
grant
eventually,
help or something, I don't know.
what we've done in the past.
Whatever the name you're gonna give to, assistance, grant assistance, or,
Bill forgiveness.
Bill-
grant assistance,
Bill-
yeah.
yeah, I don't know what name you guys wanna use, I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would be on the title of the paper you're gonna hand out.
Right.
And one.
It needs to be on the
clarification,
title of the policy.
if they get locked off,
Mhm.
are they eligible still, or is this only for active accounts?
Well, he wants to go forward, so it would be
Well,
going.
she's saying that if somebody gets locked off but see, no new people will be locked off. While we have the grant, so that
Well,
way,
no, that's not true.
Still get
Well,
locked
no,
up,
what I'm
because
saying
you
is-
said forgive the bill and then they could still not pay
They
the.
pay the next 2 or 3 and then they get locked off.
wait, no, I think you guys are confusing it. If we paid the bill and then they got locked off, it's only once a year.
Yeah, so then
So,
they got
so
locked
that,
up.
that doesn't matter, but if somebody's locked off already,
Right.
are we gonna pay their lockoff fees, their reactivation fees and all
No.
of that? But I think the only way we can effectively do this is to go, maybe we should ask Alan if we're allowed to, but I think we should only go forward with that criteria that when you're on the lockup list, then we call.
Yeah, I think that,
But-
Because the
How do
grant
you
only
feel about
came
that?
into
You think
us
we should
for those
give the
purposes.
opportunity for people locked off like last month?
no, I think,
Well, once they're locked off and they have to pay everything to get turned back on,
Sorry,
it's
it's a lot,
rarely under $300.
that's a lot more. So that's why I think we should just go forward.
And it would, yes.
yeah, I think we should go for, I agree, we should
I mean,
just
the
go
grant
forward.
comes in on this day and from this day forward, we can do this. We can't go retro.
Yeah, I think you don't.
Because retro, we can go, how many,
I'm just saying, like,
If on the day if on the day we vote on the policy and someone got locked off the day before, then do we give them?
Well, no,
the
because-
ability-
we're gonna have it in place before that time of the month, before that.
Okay, so then
So
it can.
Cause
just
it
be-
only happens in a specific calendar.
Alright,
My final question was, do we have to be in contact with the person? For example, we try to call them and the number's disconnected, happens all the time that we don't have contact information.
well, not only that, but
I-
if you have contact information to the landlord,
No,
it's-
I'm saying no.
Yeah.
Well, do we,
There's
I
many
personally
times-
don't think that we have to,
I don't
We
think we
do
have to
this-
contact them at all,
If- if
because
we
that's
get-
That's what I'm asking.
if we can't get a hold of them, we should just write a letter and
oh,
say,
God, no more mail.
I don't even.
write a letter that we applied the
Got it,
bill
okay.
forgiveness. You know, and put the criteria in there, like, you know, it's only once a year, whatever, and mail it to them.
Got it.
Really, because normally when you go get bill forgiveness, you have to ask for it, so.
But there
Yeah,
are,
they need to
but
come
there
in
are
here.
people,
Program exists.
since nobody knows about it, if we can't get a hold of people, and a lot of times if their water's gonna get locked off, they also don't have a phone. Until people know about it, to come and ask, it's kind of negative that we just lock them off and, well, you didn't answer your phone that you don't have, but we
No.
helped everybody else. So-
Everybody has a phone and they keep their
No,
phone
I
on.
disagree.
They don't,
I disagree.
I'm telling you, calling customers, a
They
lot of,
have changed their phone
I'm
numbers and
just saying,
stuff.
we don't always have good
That-
contact
that's true.
information.
And
so
you
we
probably
can't
don't even
always-
have
That's
mine.
why I kind of
Then
feel
we-
like maybe we need to put it in the pit. We need to say that it exists, that we have bill forgiveness, even if some people are gonna take advantage of it. And then that doesn't put the onus on us to contact them or make sure that their bill gets
Right.
forgiven.
I think we'll be spending $350 for now, that
What
nobody
if they
reads
decide they don't want this one forgiven? Because it's only $100, they wanna wait until they know they're using more water in the
Well, and that's
summer,
exactly-
then they want that.
See, I think we're overthinking it again.
No.
Because I think most of the time, we're gonna be able to get a hold of the people. Most of the time, somebody's gonna be available. Tiffany's saying on the rare chance that nobody, we can't talk to anybody before we lock them off, should we go ahead and pay it to keep them from being locked out? Because that accrues more money. Say they're out of town, they're in the hospital, which happens. But it's most of the time, we're gonna have somebody that we could get a hold of. We could even go out and do a knock on the door. The guys are gonna go around and knock anyway, when we
Well,
lock them
that
off.
might be better than a phone
So we
call.
could do the
Because
door
then you're
knock.
getting the actual person who lives in the house, because I'm afraid you're gonna get a landlord,
Yeah.
and the landlord ain't gonna care if the person gets locked
Yeah.
off.
And-
No, they do.
And
Because
if
it
we
goes
did
on
any kind of notification, it should only be on social media. I ran an ad for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, no applicants.
Oh,
Tiffany
yeah.
put it online,
Oh, yeah.
blew up.
Yep.
Blew up. Everybody comes in.
Mhm.
So people don't read the paper like they used to.
Nope,
No, I agree.
no,
Well, I-
social media is the only way.
I think you could do the social media thing.
I just think it needs to be out there because there's gonna be people that say, oh, well, I never knew. blah,
Yeah, but see,
blah.
but they weren't at the point where they were gonna get locked off. See, I wanted to do it slow and under the radar because I would like to have this 10 grand last for a little while.
Right,
Instead of making it a hustle. I wanted to keep it very simple.
right, cause you don't want
When
people
you're on
just to
the
decide.
lockout list,
Yeah, but that's.
you
what
get
I'm
a,
saying.
we reach out to you, you're gonna get locked off tomorrow,
Yeah.
can you pay? You can't pay, well, we do have this one
Bill
time, 1
forgiveness
year bill
program.
forgiveness.
Yeah,
That's how I wanna handle it, I don't wanna
Yeah,
make
but
it any
the
more
first
complicated.
one,
I think
It'll
we
be
should,
on Facebook.
I don't think we should put it on
Yeah, they're
Facebook.
right.
I think we should,
I'm
I,
saying that the person that gets locked or
Right.
gets the first grant.
well, that, we can't worry about that. What we've gotta focus on is what Johnny just said. I think we call the individual. If we don't get hold of them, then maybe we have the guy go knock on the door. And then after that, if they're not there, then they get locked off and they don't get the money,
the
but
benefit.
the benefit. But if we get hold of them and we say, well, we have this thing, do you wanna do this as a one thing?
Okay. Pam, I'm gonna say what you said. Pam had a great idea. She texted me and she said, can you add a letter to the red tag? And let them know. So when we post the red tag
Oh.
notice, telling them they have a week.
Brilliant, Pam.
Yeah,
Well,
that,
that's even,
that's
that's even,
even-
more
that's
than
even-
what we've come up
Pam,
with.
Then put the note on the red
Yeah.
tag.
That works.
yeah, that works.
Yeah, because you get your log off notice and it says, as a courtesy, we have a one-time, yearly bill forgiveness that you can use this time or.
Well,
Okay.
it has to say at this time, we have a
Mhm.
grant,
A grant.
for a one
One-time
year,
bill for
one time.
And it's just. a
So I
one
think we
time,
just
right?
need to
Once a
bring
year.
that, we need to write those up and we just need to, make a motion and agree upon them as the board and then they'll go, the policy will go into place.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I think it's
Okay,
great.
we good to move on?
I think so. Thank you, Pam.
Pam. That's why it's so nice to have the participation. Okay, so we are now on item number 14, discussion vote update on Fraser Park Lake the Wood Consolidation Planning Project. 14A, discussion vote review of the project timeline and budget. I don't believe anything's changed on that. Has anything?
No change.
Yeah,
No change.
no changes, okay, 14A. 14B, discussion vote on the acquisition development of well 9, additional booster and tank site properties, certificate of compliance, lot line adjustment, and purchase and sales agreement. We're in escrow, correct?
We're in escrow, our escrow closes on October 13th, Monday. We are doing the phase 1 studies right now. I talked with the technician who is doing the phase one studies, and he's done with the draft for well 9, and he's going to move on to Bear Court. So he's taking about 2 weeks for each one, and he says he has seen nothing that would be alarming on either property at this point in time. So that's moving along well. And
Did you get the second, title report?
yep, got the title reports, and we're plotting the easements and checking those out. We haven't seen anything alarming at this point in time. Let's
Okay.
see. So our Bear Court purchase price is $98,010, and our well 9 is $36,100. I talked to Ruben today about we'll talk about that when we talk about well 8. So I think do we have a place on the
Yes, we have a separate,
Yeah.
a completely separate area for well 8.
Can I ask you something, Dee, about the escrow?
Yes,
You know those two papers, the agreements that had to get the final signature on them and I was supposed to return them? I don't remember that lady's name at the Chicago Title. Can you send it to me or should I just drop them off at your office to be delivered to them?
you
They
can drop,
need to go before escrow closed.
yeah, you can drop them off at the office, Johnny.
Perfect.
Okay, great, thank you. Anything else on B?
Mm,
Okay, 14C, discussion vote on LAFCO work. Where are we at in the LAFCO process?
Well, the commission hearing is on the 17th. That's coming up in about a week. It'll be downtown. I think Tiffany, you have that address. Anybody wants to go, I know I'll be there and probably Johnny will be there. But it's at the
He
current.
does not have the address.
I'm sorry?
Tiffany does not have the address.
Can you
Do you
just
want
send
the
it to me?
address?
Yeah, wait.
Yes,
I
Yes,
got it.
please.
Got a pencil? Tell me when you're ready.
Ready.
14, it's at the Kern Council of Governments office, 1401 19th Street, downtown Bakersfield.
Got it.
And the meeting starts at 5:15. In the afternoon, 5:15.
PM? PM?
I think so.
Say again, Terry.
they've still,
They don't get up that early.
PM.
in
PM,
the evening?
PM,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Say that time again, 5:15 it starts?
Yeah, 5:15 PM.
Okay, and I'm sorry, it's the Board of Governors office?
It's it would be the LAFCO commission, the commissioners, and it's at the Kern Council of Governments office. So that'll be,
Kern Council.
yeah, I think that's going to be the name on the building. And then it's at 1401 19th Street.
Okay,
So that's moving
any other
along.
questions?
There's I've been in touch with Bud Rice, and he said they have a couple of comments that they want us to address, but they haven't sent them to us yet. And so I'm starting to bug him a little bit because we only got a week, and if there's some comments or some information that we have to look up, I'd certainly like to have more than a day. So anyway, I'll pursue that and make sure that we got enough time to address any issues that he might come up with.
Okay, do you want the ad hoc there, or are you, is it something?
I think we're going to be fine. The only
Okay.
reason that we would need anybody there other than just John and I, simply because if we receive any opposition or if there's any issues, then I think yes. But I think this is going to slide through without any issues. So I'll find out a
But
little
if there
bit
was,
more, next week.
if there was opposition, they would have to schedule another time for that hearing, correct, or no?
Right, they would, if the commission decided to postpone our approving our SOI, then they would postpone it to some further meeting. They're they meet once a month.
Okay, great. If there's nothing else, I'm gonna move on to D. That's the memorandum of understanding. Is there anything, I know we haven't worked on anything new here as a board. Pam, Joan, Mary, do you have anything?
No. Nothing new to report yet.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move past that. We're on item E, discussion vote on Lake of the Woods projects and consolidation.
Hey, that's me.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're working with DFA on the financial aspect of our $5 million grant. They're still asking for information. Environmental's done. Well, number 4, nothing new. Blending station, nothing new. I've already shared the well information with you guys last meeting. And then PFAS, well, number 7 showed above the reporting level for PFBS. And so we're on continued quarterly monitoring. That was our last monitoring that we needed to do for that 4th quarter. And it was high, so we have to continue. And then just a question on that hearing though. I thought they were doing the SOI and the MSR. No, just the SOI?
The MSR is part of the approval process.
Okay.
So they're reviewing the MSR as part of the SOI approval process.
Okay, perfect. That I just heard you say the SOI, so I was just like, oh, that's what I thought too. It was both. Okay. Do you guys
So-
have any questions for me?
Sure, on that PFAS, is that like over like what is like parts per billion or trillion? Trillion?
Yeah, so
Okay.
the reporting level on that is 3, and we were at 3.8. Our last one before that was 2.5, and then 1.8 and 1.7. So our very first one though from Sacramento was at 5.1. So
Okay.
the reporting level is, basically our CCNRs, I think is what they're
But
going
they
to
haven't
say.
really established a level yet, have they?
Well,
I would like,
Go ahead,
I'd
Joan.
like to add to this. They have not established a level yet. They're at notification, like, we tested at 5.1, I think, for PFOA. There's different things they're sampling for.
Mhm.
So that means notification level, which means all we have to do at this point is once a year in my annual consumer confidence report, I have to add it. But this is so silly that the results could vary because they actually tell you you can't have any Teflon tape anywhere upstream from where you sample, which is on everything. It's on everything. You can't use lotion the day before, even though you're pulling a sample with gloves. Because supposedly the PFAS could go through the gloves from your lotion and cause you to have a result. So I anticipate the results going up and down over this period. And I'm having a hard time getting my results. They called, and I told Pam that I had the 5.1. They called and said that we were at notification level. I said, well, where's the report? Oh, well, we have to get it from our sub lab. Sent another email today. It's been 2 weeks and I still don't have the result.
I think it took us over a month to get all of our PFAS results. So I agree with Johnny. You can't even shower, really. They say don't even shower that morning because the cross contamination is brutal. It literally is everything.
They're testing at such a level that it's absurd, in my opinion. Parts per trillion.
Yeah, I think it's going to be down just about the same as 123 TCP, which is 5 parts per trillion. That's my guess. It's pretty low.
Well, it's
Oh.
still all gathering evidence right now. The state is still trying to figure out what they need to do. Right now, it's just testing until 2027, right?
Yep.
So we don't have to do anything right now, which is why I was saying we don't really need an agenda item at this time. We'll need an agenda item if it's set in something that we have to do. Because it's gonna be a couple years, other than adding it to the CTR, before we actually have to do anything. And I'm not even I'm pretty well informed, I'm not even sure if they're gonna set a different level for PFAS, which is PFAF, and a different one for PFOA, and the different ones, I'm not sure how they're gonna do any of that. Pam shared a spreadsheet with me that I'm gonna use when I get the result. That'll help us track it, which you guys can see it. Anytime I update it, I can give it to you guys so you can look at it. But she broke it all down to the different things that you can sample for, so we'll see where this goes, but it's just really going over the top with.
It was crazy.
Okay, if it can be contaminated by the person taking the sample,
Yeah.
how do we know that the equipment isn't being cross-contaminated?
Oh, the equipment can't be cross-contaminated.
No, but the
I
person
mean,
who's taking it could be.
There's disinfection things that you gotta do. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of if you can't use lotion when you're wearing a glove,
But
how many things are gonna affect you?
well, that's what I'm saying, because you take that sample and you give it to somebody else, they could
Well, then
cross-contaminate
they're
it.
sealed in a bottle and the bottles are sealed, so when it's open, it's in a sterile lab.
But somebody's gotta take that out and put, I mean, it in a microscope or in
Well,
a
that's the same
something.
with all of our samples. You just have to count on the lab having good, and they have all kinds of criteria and they have tests and they have to be certified as a lab to be able to handle that, but yeah, it's kind of crazy right now, cause we don't have it like they do off the hill where there was a bunch of industrial stuff.
Thank God.
All right, so going forward, do you guys want me to just not update you guys on the PFAS and just keep it like the spreadsheet I send over to Dee and Johnny? Just leave it like that and not report it at this meeting about it?
Yeah, unless there's something you feel like you wanna share, like as soon as I get mine updated, anytime I update mine, I'm just gonna send it to you, Pam. So you
Okay.
guys have the result.
Yeah.
And you can do the same, and then that way we can watch each other's, and if we need to, then we'll just add it to the.
Well, and really,
Okay.
there's an item 17, so really, if we do any discussion, it really should be under item 17. I mean, you
Not
can leave it
for
on
you
there,
guys.
it just not, only if something comes up. So
Well, that's why I was saying, for the sake of shortening the agenda, since nothing's gonna happen for 2 years, we could just take 17 off, but it's up to you guys, whatever.
But we're still having to test.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but you don't have an agenda item for everything else I test for, uranium, nitrates, all the rest of the stuff.
No, it's only because those are already set in stone of what the requirements are, and this isn't yet. And I think we were also trying to see if, I know with self-help, they were trying to see if there was funding for the testing since it's relatively expensive. And that's why we put it on.
Leave it on, see what happens, but eventually I think you'll realize we just take it off there and go forward.
Or we can take it's up to the board. What do you? Well, we can talk about that when we get to 17, so let's go ahead, Pam, sorry.
Oh, no, I
Or
think
should-
I'm done. I will just continue sending my spreadsheets to Johnny and Dee at the end of the month once I've done my meter reads.
This is Johnny, do you have the nitrates and fluoride levels for 5 and 6?
Well, I don't have them in front of me, but I'll get them to you. That's no problem. I might have.
Thank
mine
you,
on
sir.
top of it.
Okay, while he's looking at that, since that's not Lake of the Woods per se, let's move on to F and then he can go back to that, so thank you, Pam, unless there's anything else for Pam. Okay, and F, discussion vote on claims and payouts, we don't have anything yet, that's next week, correct?
Well, Carlos can update us where he's at with the claims, cause he was.
Yeah, where are we at with putting in all of those claims as
The,
one consolidated claim?
the claims have all been consolidated. However, when I was looking at the claims, there's some invoices from Tom Dodson and Associates that got paid partially because they were missing some documentation. And the documentation, I was looking at the documentation they sent, and basically it's not gonna get accepted by the state. So I had Tiffany reach out to Tom Dodson and Associates so they could send us the backup documentation we need, because for one claim, they had left off a sub-consultant invoice off. So they sent that invoice in, but it doesn't explain, it doesn't show anywhere on that invoice where they got the amount that they're charging of $4,300 and something dollars. So I had Tiffany reach out to them and tell them that they need to kind of mark in their invoice where it equals the amount that they're charging, because it doesn't show it. And then in another invoice, they sent in mileage charges, but they didn't send backup documentation for those mileage charges. So if I send it like that, they're not gonna approve it again. So to save the headache, I need to get those revised invoices that show the backup documentation. But the consolidated claim totals $93,441.68. And I will send it to Tiffany, that way she can show it to you guys for the next meeting, or so you guys can look at it.
Okay, so are we gonna be following with Tom Dawson to try to get
I
that?
already sent the email. I included D, I included Carlos.
Okay, I just wanna know that if we're gonna follow up before the meeting, cause I would like to see this put in with this claim before the state update, well, yeah, or before the board, the next board meeting, so that we can have it in this claim, because I think we've already paid out the money, and we're gonna be waiting even longer. So if we could try to, get on them, maybe D, you could follow up with them. And tell them, if they wanna, they've been paid, but we won't be paying any more invoices unless we get what we need from them.
Okay,
Because we've already paid them, so the thing is that we need to get reimbursed, and we can't get reimbursed unless they provide us with what we need in order to submit it to the state.
mhm.
And if they have any questions, D, on what kind of backup doc they need for their mileage, they can just follow the kind of backup doc that you send us when in your claims
Okay,
for mileage.
sure, yeah. I can, think I already sent, when you sent that out, Tiffany, I think you CC'd me, and I also, forwarded it and with a comment, and I'll see if I can get a hold of Tom and see if we can get this thing straightened out.
Thank you, Dee. And I believe Johnny has the information that Joan was asking about.
Well, 5, fluoride to 1.4, nitrate are 7.9. Staying steady, dropping a little bit. Well, 6, fluoride 1.9, nitrates 5.1. That's, both of those are super steady. Beautiful.
Any other questions before we move on to item 15? Okay, move on to 15, discussion about update on FPPD meter replacement projects and emergency well supply projects. 15A, discussion vote on claims and payments. Is that all taken care of now? I thought we were able to pull this off.
Not the whole thing, because we haven't received claim 40,
Oh, because we're
so we're
waiting
just
to
kind of leaving it on as a way to
make
track.
sure, okay. But there's nothing else to put in, we just haven't.
No,
received
we're
money.
just waiting. for the final. Yeah.
Okay, and 15B, no more bridge loan.
We've
No.
closed that out, so we can take that off,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so we'll leave 15A on just as a way of making sure that we get reimbursement. And we'll move on to item 16, discussion vote on well number 8 and pipeline replacement project. So there's a couple things here. I think we do need to, once we close out 15, we talked about changing the name on the bank account. So that will be something that we need to talk about at some point. For this new well 8 and pipeline replacement.
Well, shouldn't we be doing a resolution and changing the pipeline, because we have already opened a pipeline replacement account, so we should rename that.
Actually, so yeah,
We
that
should
one would be
rename
the
that
well
to
eight.
well 8 and pipeline replacement, because you'll be using both for that. Because it's the same
Right,
project.
Right.
So I think we should just do a resolution and rename that pipeline account that we have open to the new thing saying well 8 and pipeline replacement project.
Do we need to add that to 16 or do a separate? Okay, so 16A, discussion vote on engineering and design. There's nothing new on that, D, or have you submitted
Nothing
anything
new.
else?
I know the guys are cleaning it up and finishing up the specifications. So we're working on it now.
Any questions?
That would be for well
When
8.
do we think we'll have that to Jesse?
I
or
think a
well
couple
8?
weeks, would be my guess.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions on that? Otherwise, 16B. Discussion vote on the project application. Do we have anything else that we need to do for the project application?
Nothing that we need to do. I talked to Ruben and he's moving he's recommended that the project get funded. There is a process that they go through there at the state, and he thinks probably in a week or so we will get an invitation to apply for construction funding for both projects together. And so it's looking very favorable. And so he's moving it ahead, as rapidly as he can. So he's doing a good job on that. We should get something, I'd say by the end of the month from the state on that, if everything is going, it goes like Ruben feels it will.
On that last email he sent, I seem to remember he said something about the good news and bad news, and the bad news was something about the environmental. Did he say something about having to resubmit the NOE with a different name, or?
I saw that go around and he did not. Let me check with him. I'm gonna write a note. I didn't ask him about
I
that.
think he did say, I think when we had our meeting, I think he did say, you might want to follow up with him, but I think he did say that we did have to resubmit the NOEs with the new name, because originally he said that we didn't, and then he said that they came back to him and said, no, I think we have to.
Okay, this is what he said. He said, the not so good news is that after meeting with management and our environmental review unit, it has been determined that we will need you to refile CEQA documentation for one project as opposed to what was already been filed. There was some confusion on how we were able to proceed, and we are now being instructed to refile. The good news is you can fill out and submit the exemption form without CEQA clearance. CEQA can be completed after execution of the agreement. And our ERU has offered to schedule a meeting with you after the agreement has been executed to help navigate through the CEQA process and what will be needed. In the meantime, I will be receiving some additional comments from their review and forward them for review and address them moving forward.
Okay, so, we'll fill out the application in the name of the new name. And then what I'll do, Carlos, is send it to you and I'll send it to Ruben as well. And then, he can respond to that. And then if there's any other information we gotta have, then we'll find out.
Perfect.
And don't we have to, submit the NOE? I remember Johnny taking a bunch of them down.
Well, yeah, but he just said, he's saying he's gonna submit it to them, he's gonna tell them, and then we'll submit it. I mean, they said it doesn't have to be done until the agreement is. So,
Yeah, and there's a clearinghouse that Tiffany files it at. And, which I think that's got a new login too, I guess, check on that. But yeah, so anyway, it's like a process, but he's starting it, so.
Okay, anything else on that? Otherwise, I'm gonna move along.
Oh, just.
All right, item 7.
I'm sorry,
Never mind.
Johnny, you'll get those down to me next week.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, the 2 signed pages. Yeah, I'll bring them down to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, item 17, discussion vote on federal and state regulations for PFAS. We already talked about this. And Lake of the Woods, we have you in there, so if we want to report on something that has to do with the spreadsheet or anything, it would be in there right now, but do we want to?
I think we should just remove it, and then Johnny can report to us when he does because he's doing quarterly testing. But when he does the quarterly testing, he can do part of his manager's report. Does that sound reasonable?
And then Carlos, I mean, we put that in there also because of the funding, but Carlos, right now, there isn't anything.
I think if they're just testing, I mean, there's probably nothing going on.
There's no funding right now, but they said that there will be in the future, because I mean, this PFAS is gonna probably be, an ongoing thing, like, like 1, 2, 3 TCP and stuff like that, so.
So we should maybe remove this for now and put it back on the agenda when it's more likely to come up.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
can like, he can still inform us that, hey, something's coming up, and then we can add it to the agenda.
Okay, everybody's good with that? All right, then we will move on to item 18, discussion vote on the rate study. We don't have, do we have any information? No. Okay,
I'm hoping that we get the TA request from the state here within this week coming up, hopefully, because Audrey told us it'd take about 3 weeks. So I know that we submitted the TA request like the last week of August, so we should be coming up on 3 weeks. So we should be getting it soon.
Okay. Do we want to do a brief recess or move on? Okay, on the new business, item 19, discussion vote on quote for painting the office building.
You guys recall several years ago, we got quotes, they were all pretty expensive. One board member didn't like it, so we just moved on, but anyway, there's a guy that used to do painting, Bob, that works at Ace Hardware now. His boss, Garcia's Painting from Lancaster, was up here and he came by and he quoted the outside paint. Seems very reasonable to me. It's on par with what it was before, and that's been several years.
Which is what?
It's in your book, but it's 4,760 for all the prep and the paint on the outside of the building. All you have to do is look at the outside of the building, and I think if we wait too much longer, then we're gonna be replacing fascia and siding and all that stuff. So, I mean, it hasn't been painted since the building was built in the 80s.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like
I think it's time to do some preparatory painting, and then if he does a good job on that, then we'll get a quote on the inside and see what he wants for that, because I would like to get the inside painted and start doing something with this turf flooring. After the painting.
So it's 4,760,
and he was trying to say, well, I gotta find out sooner because the prices changed. I said, well, I can't get it to you before that Thursday, so that's tonight. So I think they'll still stand by that price.
And
make a
I'm gonna
motion that-
interrupt you guys and say, you guys have a good night and we'll talk later.
Good night, brother.
Thank you,
Good night,
Carlos.
Carlos.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
I
Bye.
make a motion that we approve, hiring Bob's for $4,760 to paint the outside of our building.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call directors, Director Garcia.
Aye.
Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson is absent. Director Kelling.
I was only objected the last time.
We haven't painted the building in like, since we've been here.
30 years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna abstain.
Okay.
Okay,
Director,
I was gonna abstain, but I guess I will vote aye. So,
Atta girl.
that's 3-0, 1 abstention, 0 no's, and 1 absence.
Motion carried.
Carries, yeah.
Question, Johnny, did we ever get the roof on the,
No, still trying to get somebody that's willing to come up here and quote it. I have a card on my keyboard. For a guy that I've seen up here in town, so I know he'll work here. And he was supposed to have his boss come by and see me, but he gave me the card, so Monday I'll call him and see.
the roof on what?
And Kurt,
Wolf, remember Wolf, the booster house that blew off?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
So we gotta get that roof, but I call people and cause it's a relatively small roof.
Yeah.
They don't wanna drive up from Bakersfield or LA to do a small roof.
let me talk to a friend.
You have any idea what size that is, Johnny? Look, maybe next week I'll come up, we'll go take a look at it. I might have somebody get on it for you.
Yeah, well, I got this other guy, but yeah.
okay.
No, I mean, yeah, we can do, yeah, I don't care which roofer does it. We need somebody to get it on there before winter.
Okay, so we're gonna, are you going to discuss, are we colors, anything else? Does the board care anything else about 19 before we move
I would
on?
just say.
Just same color that it was?
Yeah. I would like, here's an entertaining thought for you guys, for a little more money. It is long past time for us to decide on getting a real sign for this place. It's not a sticker that is all warped and melted from the sun. I would like to see, get something engraved like on like a round of a tree or something that represents the company. And we've never had a sign. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll start looking at ideas and getting some quotes, but we have that one sticker that Gene did like 10 years ago and it's all melted, like warped. So, up to you guys, we'll toss that around and see.
Have it burned into like a round? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Oh, that'll
round it
fall
out and then stain, something like, like a mountain community.
Yeah, but that falls apart easy.
Huh?
The wood stuff falls apart easy.
Well, it hasn't on our tanks where we memorialized our tanks.
You know, about a month ago or so, I saw some wooden bears and sculptures out there. I wish I could have stopped and talked to him.
Yeah, see what he wants.
You know, it's a local guy.
Yeah, but
Well-
they do, they fall apart. I mean, they crack and they fall apart.
Well,
I
we'd
mean,
have to seal it.
saying
might
that
have
there
to
could be
seal it.
something,
Or maybe more of a sign. Do you want more of a sign like?
I mean, I'll go with whatever you guys want. I would just like to make it look
So it doesn't have to be like a burl carved out log, so you can do something a little more.
classy
Fit.
and clean,
Planted.
like our great
Yeah,
Keenberg
yeah,
Memorial
yeah,
tank,
yeah.
right?
That will
Yeah,
get
I can
sealed
do
and can be sealed
that's
and
what I'm saying.
like those square ones that we have for Judy and
Great.
Greg, they still
You have
still
something,
held up
James?
pretty good, right?
Well, the one for Judy is
Using like resin and it would last longer.
Look at him. Got an artist right here.
yeah, the ones you're talking about are made out of marble.
Oh,
But on the tank, Greg's tank, which I have to refinish it again, it's been since 2012, but the Lonnie Houston sign on Elm tank has been there since 70th, I think.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, so I'll just get some ideas and then I'll present them.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you
And that
get
could
some
be a
quotes and,
different,
yeah.
that could be a different item because
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
the-
we're out
Or
of
you can
order.
add, yes.
We're out of order.
Okay, so, yes, we are. Okay, item 20, review and approve meeting minutes for 8/12/2025 AP Standing Committee, 8/14/2025 regular meeting, 8/21/2025 State Update Meeting Standing Committee, 8/26/2025 AP Standing Committee, 8/28/2025 regular state planning and project meeting.
Okay, I make a motion that we approve, the meeting, minutes, for 8/12/2025 AP Standing Committee, 8/14/2025 regular meeting, 8/21/25 State Update Meeting, Standing Committee, 8/26/2025 AP Standing Committee, and 8/28 regular state planning project meeting with any of the amendments that were sent to Tiffany previous to and after the meeting, as well as any additional amendments for typos or other errors that we may not have caught or that may need to be corrected.
Okay, do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second that motion.
All right, any other discussion, issues on any individual one or anything? Okay, we'll call directors, Director Garcia,
Aye.
Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson is absent, Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Schoenberg an aye, that motion passes 4-0-0, 1 absent. So those minutes are approved, all of the minutes, and we are on to item 21. Discussion vote on forming and or dissolving ad hoc committees. So we would be discussing forming an ad hoc committee to deal with the handbook and any issues that need to be addressed in regard to that.
I make a motion that we form an ad hoc. Looking at, the handbook along with the attorney. And and having the attorney rewrite the handbook,
No, not the handbook, revise the handbook.
revise,
We spent a lot of money on that handbook.
Yeah, check if there are new.
And now it's.
yeah, updating.
Now it's obsolete.
Other issues that need to be discussed.
And I need the name,
Name.
what's the name we're gonna call the ad hoc? Handbook ad hoc?
Yeah,
Okay.
employee handbook and,
Keep it short.
yeah, just employee
Yeah.
handbook.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not gonna form that, I'm not gonna appoint people, you can, or do you want me to appoint people? I do think, Director Nyman, if you're willing, that that's.
I'll do it, but I'm not really.
Because I do have I think we will need to discuss after we form this, if Director Gibson's not gonna be around, we probably need to replace her on some of it, depending on what she can do from a distance, so I think she may.
I
need to
think
get
you should be on
replaced.
that, employee handbook.
I agree with both of you, but, neither one of you wanna be there. I don't think any of us wants to be there, but I mean, I'm willing. But I think the two of you would be better at it, but
Not necessarily, I mean, you had some questions with fire code too, so I think, okay, so Director Kelly is willing, so we have one potential, member is, Garcia, are you
Where we going?
handbook,
employee handbook?
Oh, Lord almighty.
Yes,
You probably
John.
have some input. I think it should be one of you three. Simply because you worked on the last, every other revision we've done. You've been
Who are you talking about?
You three. One of you, the two of you three could be on that ad hoc,
But I think.
but unless
I
you want
think
Terry to be more experienced.
I think she's interested and I think well, yeah, I think it might lend a new perspective since we keep having issues with the handbook. I personally think that maybe Terry should be on it and I think that maybe if you're on bunch of ad hocs that you may wanna step, we'll see if maybe switch off to someone else on one of the other ad hocs.
You wanna
Well,
work with me?
I
Yeah.
don't know how many ad hocs you can be on.
You can be on.
Yeah,
that's
you can.
okay.
Any if you
It's
want.
just that-
I
You
think
can handle.
Are you gonna do it, Jerry?
On it, Jerry.
Okay. Me and Terry.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, are we, let's.
I make, yeah, I second that motion.
Okay, so, I'll do a roll call, directors, Director Garcia,
I'll abstain.
okay,
Well, I
one
can't.
of you can't abstain, so.
Right,
that's
so
okay.
aye.
Director Nyman,
Aye.
an aye, Director, Gibson is absent, Director Kelling
Aye.
is an aye, and Director Schomburg is an aye, so therefore, we are 4-0.
No,
Zero.
three.
I
He
mean,
wa- he
three,
wasn't
I'm
saying.
sorry, 3-0-1, with one absence, we had one abstention, Director Garcia. So that ad hoc is formed, I do think we need to in this, address, because it sounds like it's a pretty long healing process for, is she able to do, like, it would be really hard for her to do the financial stuff, because she's not,
Well, it's quarterly, so it hardly ever
quarterly?
happens.
When
okay,
is
she's
our next
not on
quarter?
the AP.
No, she's not on
There
the
in
AP.
September. It's,
It's probably in October,
July, August, September,
so due in October.
October.
I feel like
She'll
we
be
should give
back.
her a
But you
month
could-
and let her get settled and kind of, then she'll know kind of better.
Well, I
what
think,
she's gonna be able to do.
I think
You
what,
just need an alternate. and
right,
you do
so, I mean, we have an alternate, so I
Actually,
think,
on the standing committees, can't we just,
yeah, we
I
could just,
thought someone could just be appointed.
right,
Yeah, just an
We
alternate.
don't.
right,
need
so,
a name
so
of
when
the
it comes up, when it comes
person,
up,
see who's
see
willing.
who's willing
Okay.
and just, if, check with her if she can't, if she's not able, then one of us will just have to show up and,
Because you're talking 6 weeks
Right,
off and then another 4 weeks, so that's 10 weeks.
right.
I mean,
but she's also on the
That's 2.5 months.
rate study, isn't
No, she isn't.
no,
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 okay.
Roma and I.
What's the other one that she's on?
Wrong with
I
her.
think she's
She's
on
not,
any.
I don't think she's on even now.
The quarterly standing.
For regular meetings, she's already voiced the opinion that she would be able to do that from home, so I know she still wants to stay.
Oh, cause she is gonna
She
get,
still wants to stay involved, which is why I'm saying give her a month to kind of figure it out.
okay,
Right,
And then,
okay, so we can talk about it next time if there's an issue, and the standby, the standing committee, we could just ask if she's not available, right?
Yeah, that's somebody else
Yep.
standing.
Okay, so then we don't need to worry about that. Item 22, do we have any other records? No?
No,
Okay,
I'm surprised you got minutes. So,
yeah, okay, so we're not gonna worry about 22 right now. We did fine with that, so there's some stuff that you've been able to deal with. Item 23, is there any other future agenda items that need to be discussed that we did not get to? I guess at some point we need to discuss holiday stuff again, but not yet.
yeah, probably, you mean the meeting date?
yeah,
Yeah,
So I'll put that October.
October.
Regular,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, October regular meeting, yeah.
Regulator.
October.
and,
It's the
and,
same thing we do every year, so.
yeah, and any other
Yeah,
thing
but-
you need for holidays.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, also for what, a holiday party thing?
You wanna do that in October?
Yeah,
We can approve everything. Might as well talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there anything else? If not, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
second that.
Okay, motion second, any other discussion? Roll call directors, Director Garcia.
That, yay.
Okay, Director Diamond.
Aye.
Director Dixon is absent, Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Schummer is an aye, so we are adjourning this meeting. The time is 6:08. We have a 4 in favor and 001 absent.
Well, you guys have.
Thank you,
Again.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for attending, and we'll see some of you at the state update.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Hey,
all.
Dave.